I didn't think this video was gonna be necessary, but I ended up watching a video. And it was an old one. I think it was like maybe 2 months old or whatever. But anyways, I was on YouTube and I was looking at these videos that women made in the past about why they don't date nice guys and stuff like that. And I ran across one female and she was talking about how a lot of these in her mind these nice guys are pushovers. They're yes men. They don't stand up for themselves. They don't stand up against women when they fuck up. And they talk about these, I guess, simps that are so bad and so whatever. And it just kind of confuses. I won't say it kind of. It does confuse me that women, especially black women, don't have they don't have a reputation of dealing with these men that they're so afraid of. And it's not to say that a lot of nice guys are pushovers, but it just kind of ends up being like, who's the real villain? We thought it was the thugs. We thought it was the villain. I mean, we thought it was the thugs. We thought it was the baby daddies. We thought it was the juvenile boys, who don't grow up or whatever. And we just been scratching our heads. And, I notice a lot of women, they just tend to use the nice guy argument as like, the ace in the hole as to, and, nice guys were the real bad guys all along because, they wanted to, abuse us or whatever. And that, the black woman will act like, oh, well, we avoided them because we outsmarted them. And, you know, the reason why we don't date them is because they're so obvious that they're ain't shit dudes or whatever, or that they're mean and they're abrasive or whatever. And so of course we don't have a track record of dating them because we've dismantled them so easily or whatever. And it just doesn't make any sense on that women don't really see the obvious. Like, you can give them like three doors, and okay, door one, goes straight to a cliff. Door number three goes straight to a cliff. Door number two is a safe. It's a safe passage. And it's kind of like seeing women go to door number one and three and kind of juxtaposing the outcome. Oh no, there's not you know, if I bring a parachute, I won't fall. I'll survive. And it's like, it's not about having a parachute or surviving the fall. It's like, just take the easier route, for God's sakes. Um, but then again, granted, like I said before, black women are not used to, black men who are out of the stereotype, and so when they present themselves, it's this kind of deer in headlights. It's weird. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to respond, and they do this to maintain, the fuckery or the fall of black men, so they won't mature. And so it ends up being like, hey, real black men, real niggas, do this and that. They wear Jay's designer brand, and then when we eat up this shit of falling for their stupidity or falling for their interest, we end up, like those guys, the thugs, end up being betrayed. I was watching a video, that a friend sent me, and it was this woman, and like it's this like middle aged black woman. And it's like she's in a hood ass corner store. She's about to drive off, and she's just so dumb, like naive, docile, dumb. And so this dude who's like half her age comes up, and he's like, I need $1." And like she's baffled, like, this dude's young, good looking, fresh haircut, nice clothes. The outfit he has on is worth like $2,000, and he's bullshit like, oh no, 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 well, this is old shit. And she's like telling him, go, let me check my phone real quick. And, she's telling him like, go pawn it off, but he's like, no, no, it's old. It's like he's just giving this bullshit excuse that he can't sell any of his clothes because they're so old. But yet it's like, okay, if they're old, you're not gonna miss it, so why not sell it? And so basically, he's really just trying to sleep his way into being with an educated or corporate black woman. And she sounded like she almost fell for it, but I can tell by this dude he's seasoned. He's like one of those black male escorts, or niggas who do the sugar baby thing where looking for sugar mamas and shit like that. And they know that they can live off of hyper masculinity as being the young, sexy celebrity lookalike, um, black male or whatever. And who knows why he's dressed like. Maybe he's just immature. Maybe he knows that will impress women or whatever. But even with more general aspects or circumstances, with hyper masculinity, and women will black women will constantly deny that. Oh, we're not attracted to thugs, and it's like, and what is to show in the black community? Forget the exceptions and stuff like that. I'm talking about like what is really in the community. And it's not just saying that, oh, black men are bad or whatever. I'm just saying that there isn't an innate attraction or alternative away from the ideal black man of this bad boy, the anti authority, the black boy who doesn't go to school, doesn't give a damn, lives life on the edge. And women are attracted to that. And it's kind of baffling that they still to this day ignore it or neglect it or pretend like, oh well, we don't really like those guys. And they'll keep lying to themselves. And it's like, it's in the community, we see it. That's what you all are into. We're not making things up. And these women will keep talking about, oh, well, my sister is dating an educated black man and he makes 6 figures. I was like, okay, you can talk. You don't even live in the black community, never really been in it. But I'm just saying from what I'm looking at right here, when I'm in a major city looking at black folks, and I'm looking at the the men that these women are with. It's not, they're not blowing me out of the water. It's not like guys are being like outclassed. Black men are being outclassed by other black men. Like, oh shit, I can't compete. You know, her boyfriend is is under a paid internship at NASA. Oh, geez, I can't compete with this dude. He's he's working at CNN, or he has his own business and he's making da 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 whatever. It's reverse natural selection, like Sergeant WP would say, to where my eye is itching like shit. to where it's like the best choice is not really the best choice. It's like, oh well, if you date guys that make more than you, or that have a live the square way, you're going to be losing out. And I've noticed this with uh with black media outlets such as Blevity, Afropunk, Matter Noir, and it was like I remember I was reading an article from uh, Blevity, and it was about this girl who had a shitty relationship or love life, and and she couldn't find a good dude, and I guess somebody hinted to her about about her nice good guy friend who she kind of curves to the side, and I think she tried to date him, but he was just too corny for her. He lacked you know the aggression or the ain't shitness, or the ability to you know to challenge him, to challenge her, and she just got like turned off. And then I think she dated him, and the date was boring to her, but he was having a good time. And she was talking to her girlfriend about how she felt guilty about not really giving this dude a serious chance. And her girlfriend was like, you know what? It's okay. I mean, if you're not attracted to him, you're not attracted to him. Like, yeah, good. If you're doing the best you can, and you know, yeah, like nice guys are just lame. I just kind of speaking figuratively. It wasn't write it, but I know that's what they were saying. It was basically, the girlfriend was validating her friend's kind of inability to wanting to be in a secure relationship, and it was just that she she spoon fed her the idea that you're doing nothing wrong. And it's like, but then again, in reality, you're the one single complaining about men not doing X, Y, and Z. And it's just that when, women finally meet these guys, now they're looking for a wiggle room to, get out of the relationship, or, say that, oh, well, nice guys were the real bad guys anyway. It's because they will always act like, I've seen articles and, crappy radio host conversations about and yeah, nice guys, your their sex life is gonna be lame, like y'all ain't gonna be doing nothing. And it's just kind of mind-boggling that women will like seriously get worry about that versus the realities of the black community, when you're seeing uh, men not taking care of their kids, or fathers not being a picture, or fathers not being a strong enough role model. A father might be there, but it's like he's not really contributing or whatever. Ah, my eyes hurt. And it just baffles me. It just baffles me. We're always gonna be the real bad guys, and I was, but back to the video I was talking about earlier, and so this girl saying the good guys, like, they lack aggression, they're pushovers, and my thing is this, is that when the so-called nice guys are aggressive, or when they show um or they challenge women, because black women are always talking about, well, I don't date these nice guys or these cornballs because they don't challenge me, they just say yes. And it's like, but then again, when the so-called nice guys get an abrasive side and he challenges the system, or what women think, all of a sudden it's turned to black women bashing. And see, this is the beauty of black YouTube, or the kind of the underground, or black manosphere. This is the beauty of it, because and not saying that all these guys are nice guys. I can't say, but I'm just gonna go off of once upon a time they were nice guys. I'm just gonna say that about the certain characters on YouTube. Let's just leave it at that. But they're let me just assume that they're the nice guys, or that they're worthy choices. When they have an opinion about black women or women in general, and they're in the position to talk, you know, we get hit with the we're sexist. Then you get the female cult swirlers like Simone 56, Brooklyn Blue, talking about black men have hated black women for thousands of years or whatever, and whatever this then the third, or that we're hit with black women bashers, we're Tommy followers, and we chauvinist pigs, sexist pigs, whatever. But it's like you wanted us to challenge you, and when we challenge you, you don't like it because it's constructive criticism. And that's why I know some of these women are full of shit. That's how I freaking know. A lot of them, they refuse to date better. And I've said this multiple times. The cornballness doesn't bother them when it's on or attached to a white boy or an Asian boy or a non-black man, I should say. They're not. They're not really trying to get Brad to listen to hip hop or wear Jordans and shit. No, Sabrina is trying to get into what Chad's into. She's watching baseball, even though she doesn't even like baseball. She's going to small local concerts, even though she wants to see Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce come to town. But she's giving her boyfriend a chance, and she's instead of R&B and rap, she's listening to folk music and Irish traditional songs and shit. I've seen this. I went to a predominantly white institution, and I saw that. I saw black women, and it's not like they're the stereotypical black woman, but they're just they are a black woman, and it's just kind of funny to see them getting into things that they wouldn't be naturally attracted to. How many black women are naturally attracted into listening to you know you know uh, you know Irish music and contemporary films. That's nothing that they would do out of their own in majority. Just saying. But when the cornballness is attached to another race of man, they're not worried about it. They don't challenge him to do shit. I don't see telling Brad to be a man and put me in my place unless it's race plates and Bedouin shit like that. Who knows? But that's just my analysis on black women and nice guys, and why they will always be an incompatible match.